Hi everyone, Zach from Out There Vans in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today we are going to talk about awnings. We're going to first talk about why awnings are great, and specifically the Fiamma F80s model, why you might like it, why I personally really like it. Then we'll go into sizing, what awning is the right size for your van, the different styles, colors, and then finally we'll wrap it up with a quick demonstration of how to extend out this awning, put it away, just a quick walkthrough of the quick little features like that. Let's jump right into the video, and here we go. Nailed it, that's a trash can. Good. As I mentioned, we're talking specifically about the F80s awning from Fiamma today. Now, Fiamma makes an amazing product. Fiamma, for one, they're Italian-made awnings, which I love. So these will look great if you needed to cast a little more shade over your Ferrari. But if you don't have a Ferrari and you're going camping, I personally like it just for shade at the campsite, obviously, right? So if it's a nice sunny day and you just can't get away from the hot sun, but you don't want to be sitting in your hot van, this allows you to have a nice living space on the exterior of your van. You know, you put out your little shaggy rug or your fake grass on the ground, and you can create a nice little vibe under here. Additionally, if it's also raining, not quite that nice sunny camping trip, it can also create a nice rain cover for you. It's the rain jacket for your van. So it has a solid vinyl rooftop to it. So if it's a nice pitter-patter rain, that rain will just hit that, run right off, and you can still have some solitude from the rain under here without being stuck on the interior of your van. Now, if it's a real driving rain, I still recommend tucking this thing, putting it away, but it can extend that use case a little bit for you. So this Fiamma F80s awning, additionally, I mentioned solid vinyl top, but it is an all aluminum construction, so extruded aluminum channels for both the front casing and the body of the awning. All of your poles, your support structure, nice aluminum mounts as well. Fiamma is great about serviceability, so in the case you're a little too strong with your awning, you can buy parts to replace small parts on it in the case you do damage something. But I love the construction, it feels durable, and they're just so easy to use. Once you have done it a couple times, in about 30 seconds, you can go from sitting in the sun to having a shaded canopy over your head. So up next, we're going to talk about the different sizes of awnings available, the different styles, and different casing colors available. As I mentioned earlier, we are specifically talking about the F80s style awning. The alternate awning you might be looking for is the F45s. The F80s is designed to be mounted on the edge of the rooftop on top and set into its brackets, while the F45s mounts flush mount to a wall or to a roof rack. The Ford Transit specifically typically calls for an F45s. So if you are a Transit owner or you have a van with a roof rack on top, you might want to just hit subscribe and stay tuned for the separate walk around video of the F45s. So if you have a Sprinter or a ProMaster like the one behind me with a naked roof, this video is for you. This F80s has a bracket that mounts into either the factory studs or the factory rails on your rooftop. No extra products needed as long as you have the brackets. And it's a very DIY friendly bolt in place installation. Once those brackets are on your rooftop, you can simply lift up the awning with a couple friends and just mount it into place very easily. Now there's a few different lengths and sizes to the F80s. The best way to go about finding out which size is for your van is if you head directly to our store, OutThereVans.com, linked down in the description below. You can go to Shop by Van, and you can easily select that I have a Sprinter 144, for instance. If you select that, it'll automatically select the correct brackets for you, as well as select the right awning length, so you know you're getting the right one right away. However, there's a couple crossovers of sizes. So if you have a Sprinter 144 or a Ram ProMaster 136, you're going to want the Fiamma 10-foot 6-inch awning. If you have the Mercedes Sprinter 170 or the Ram ProMaster 159 non-extended, you're going to want the 12-foot 2-inch model. And if you have the 170 extended or the 159 extended, you're going to want the 13.2 model. So keep that in mind, but overall, head over to OutDhereVans.com and we have all of that already bundled in place for you for ease of shopping. The other option you have when looking at your awning is color, and that color is specifically pertaining to this casing. So this is the black option. There's also titanium, which is silver. So it's kind of more this natural color of this pole here, or there is white. If you have a white van, it makes it nice and flush. All right, and up next, let's go ahead and do a quick demonstration of how the awning works. So to use your awning, first thing you are going to want to track down is your pole to extend it out. Now do note, there are options out there on the internet that you can option on a electric motor on the back side of your awning. You flip a switch on the inside of your van and it actuates that motor to extend out your awning. I highly recommend just going manual awning. You'll also note on our website, OutDhereVans.com, we only offer the manual option because we believe sometimes it's better on your van to be a little bit more simple. So this pole here, on the end of it, has a hook for you to go up to the loop on the back corner of this van and grab onto it. Additionally, as we work our way down, there's a little nut that you can loosen up. It's just a compression nut, so you can extend this pole even longer if you need to for better reach. I can still reach it pretty well in the short position, so I'll do that for space sake. And then towards the end of your awning, you have two little handles that spin freely. So when you clip on, you can hold on to both of these and rotate it freely. So let's grab this hook, and we're gonna go towards the back side of the awning here. Once I hook in, I want to stay as straight as possible with this joint up here, and it will just rotate a little bit easier for me that way. And as I bring it out and down, I'm going to extend it to where I can easily reach inside of this casing, because on the back side of this is where our legs are stored. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't have to reach up too high. So when I go over to my casing, I actually want to disconnect this because I don't want it to hang on the side of my van and scratch up my nice paint. And once I come under here, there are two legs hiding on the upper side of this awning here. Couple things here. Number one, there is a clip on the center to release that leg from the casing. But more importantly, on the outside, there is a little pivot point up here. So I still have to slide this leg out before I can pivot it down. If I have that slid in and I go to pivot it, I have some nice leverage with a pry bar to snap the piece that retains this leg. So if I slide that out, I will go ahead and load this down, and now it's in a vertical position. There's a little compression nut on the inside that I can loosen up and extend out my leg, tighten it back up, and provide the awning some support. And then I'll do the same over here. Inside first, slide out my outside end, loosen up my compression nut, and provide a little support. So now I can push it the rest of the way out. I like to bring my legs out just a little bit here. The rest of the way we go. There's the end. Once it's out, I can reposition my legs so they're nice and vertical. I can reposition the height if I want to make sure it's nice and level. Now I'm ready to park my Ferrari under here. In the box, the awning comes with some stakes and some little clips that you can put over your stakes so you can stake these crow's feet into the ground. So if you do get a little bit of a gust, it doesn't go running. These little yellow clips make it so you can get your hands around those clips or these stakes and easily remove them. Additionally, you have some nice little side mount clips that are optional, totally not required on your awning. These clips are spots that you can mount on the exterior of your van. So if you wish to really extend these poles and mount them to the side of your van for more of a triangulated method and not have to worry about any soft ground below you, that's also an option. Additionally, there's a little tiny package of clips that you can mount your extension pole on the inside of your van somewhere convenient. These just make it where you can snap that pole into place. And then there's this nice soft foam cover that you can disassemble your pole that extends out your awning. You can slip this over it and you can kind of position it so this provides a little bit of extra paint protection up in that area when you are extending your awning out. And then as far as putting it away, it's just the inverse, pulling these arms up, rotating them up, and sending that awning back home against the van. Now, the question I get the most about awnings is it worth the money for the awning? Yes, they're an expensive component, but you also have to think of the value you can get out of it. Does the weather have the potential to totally tank a trip? Yes, it does. And sometimes it can be super hot in the sun. You have a nice sunny trip, and it can be hot enough to tank your trip as well. It's not just rain. So having the potential to have it out in the sun or the rain can make all the difference to leading you down a positive path for your travels in your van. So I personally think they are quite worth it to have mounted on the outside of your van. Now, the last thing I want to mention is why purchase an awning through us, right? So for one, as I mentioned earlier, if you head over to outtheirvans.com, our website is very well laid out that you can shop by van. If you have a Sprinter, you can select a Sprinter awning. And in there, if you select your wheelbase, the style of awning you want in terms of color, it'll automatically select the right brackets and the right length of awning that's required for your van configuration. So it makes it super streamlined and simple. Additionally, we're an authorized Fiamma dealer, and I do always want to point out that when you purchase from Out There Vans, we are a small family-owned business. Myself and Hannah behind the camera here. When you purchase through Out There Vans, you support us directly, and we very much appreciate it. So head over to outtheirvans.com to find your Fiamma F80s awning. Feel free to call the office if you have any questions, and we hope to see you in a future video or see you hanging out under the shade of your awning.